Today we're sitting down with Lucy, our product specialist for Peru, who's had the experience of trekking the Salkantay to Machu Picchu Luxury Lodge trek. We'll hear all about her experience in the trail and dive into everything Katie has to offer about Peru. So, you went on our Salkantay to Machu Picchu Luxury Lodge trek. Can you tell us in a nutshell what that was like?
So yeah, absolutely incredible experience. The trek, it's just a stunning trip. Everything about it really, the accommodation, the locations, the walking, the hiking itself. I mean, in a nutshell, just amazing trip.
Let's talk practicalities. What's one thing that you packed that you just couldn't have lived without?
My trekking poles, probably.
They're a good one.
I think any trekking I do, certainly, it varies from people to people, but when you're doing quite a lot of sort of ascent and descent, they really do help. One thing in Peru that you get is a lot of up and down in certain places and steps and stuff. One thing you do have to think about, actually, not maybe so much on this trip, is when you are on actual Inca trails, the stone Inca trails, that you're not allowed to use the metal tips. So you have to make sure you've got your rubber stoppers on your poles. So that's something to remember.
How did you find the altitude?
You can feel it always. Flying into Cusco itself, up from Lima, obviously it's quite a height gain. Cusco's at 3,200 meters. So you always want to spend some time there before you go out on any trekking trip anywhere around that area. And the same actually in our other treks in the other region, in the Huayhuash and Cordillera Blanca regions. You fly into Juarez, which is a similar kind of height, 3,000 meters. So yeah, it's really important that you spend a few days there recovering from your flight, just adjusting to the acclimatization, the altitude, and acclimatizing your body. Not doing anything too strenuous, just not overeating. Lots of people arrive and think, oh my God, this amazing food.
Yeah. Because
it is amazing. And go and overeat and overindulge. Again, you just want to take it light on your body. Drink lots and lots of water.
Yeah. So you touched a little bit on this, but what was the food like on the trek?
On this trip in particular, incredible. It was a bit like kind of Michelin star restaurants on some nights. So yeah, the chefs at the lodges are just phenomenal. So yeah, you would have proper full 3-course meals.
Wonderful. And do you have a favourite lodge location?
Like the first lodge that you come to, the Salkantay. Try and get my words out. Salkantay Lodge. Just its location when you arrive, with Salkantay behind in the valley, Snow Peak. The setting is stunning. The lodges all have hot tubs with incredible views as well. So, you're just in this most incredible scenery, and they're all very conscious of their surroundings, the lodges, so they're built, to tie in with the landscape around them. So they're not offensive in any way, kind of these big sore thumbs sitting there. The company that run the lodges is very, very all about the eco side of running them. So everything down to their waste and recycling everything. Is thought of, so there's no impact on the local area.
Oh, that's amazing.
And very much employing local people to work there. So it's bringing in a bit of, money into local villages and stuff that help. So they come up and work at the lodges.
So you can go and travel there with a good conscience.
Absolutely.
Katie runs many holidays in Peru. Which one would you say is the toughest in terms of trekking? Yeah,
I think we've got 8 trips currently, soon to be 9, so watch this space. But we've got 8. The toughest is the Cordillera Huayhuash trek, which is 21 days. It's a grade 9 on our scale.
Right.
We have a scale of 1 to 12, so that's quite tough in KE world. And yeah, it's a traditional sustained trekking trip. Multiple trekking days, camping, full crew, and full cooking and eating en route, lunch stops, etc. With pack animals helping with the bags, etc. So yeah, that one's pretty tough, but absolutely stunning. Cordillera Huayhuash is probably known as one of the greatest treks in the world. There's probably a top 10 and it will feature in it. So if you're into your tougher trekking, it should definitely be on your tip list. Perhaps slightly less busy and less tough. If you want something of that experience, I would say the Cordillera Alpamayo, same region, slightly easier, 15 days, and that one's a grade 7, 2 below the Hawaii Wash. So that one, again, stunning scenery. You're making a circuit of Alpamayo. I think those two are great, but certainly that one is our toughest, the Hawaii Wash.
Which one's the most remote or off the beaten track?
Yeah, probably either of those. I would probably perhaps nudge Alpamayo as maybe a little bit quieter. It's a less known, I think. Hawaii Wash has become a bit of a known, not a tick list, but amongst those people that know about probably the tougher treks, that's, they will be much more aware of it and want to do that one. So I think traditionally Alpamayo is a little bit quieter. Certainly the circuit trip that we do. And
then out of our Peru holidays, what would you recommend for someone new to trekking?
I think the shorter, we've got an 8-day Inca Trail trek, so IMP is the code for that one. To Machu Picchu, our trip is great because there's loads of them out there. It's really hard to choose which one, and I can see that it'd be a bit of a minefield for people. I think ours is great. We work hard to try and keep people away from the main crowds of trekkers that do the Inca Trail. So our camps are set at slightly different rates to other people. So we set off at a different time. We trek to a different location. We have a camp which is certainly on the first night more or less private. There's only a few groups using it. So you're always sort of slightly off kilter with the rest of the people doing, which is normally 4 days to do the Inca Trail. We take 5. So yes, it makes it slightly more expensive than what you probably pick up and see, but the experience, I think, is worth it. For having the 5 days, which is better for your acclimatization, but also just being slightly away from the busier
You'll
days
have a
and
better
nights of
experience
it, overall. We work very hard again on the sort of sustainability side of the trekking as well, working very hard to make sure we bring everything out.
It's very important.
Taken in, as we do, hopefully, on all the trips that we run in Peru.
And then what trek would you say is the most popular?
Probably that one, to be honest. I think that's probably the one that most people book.
8 great holidays, soon to be 9.
I know. And soon to be 9, yes. More to come, that. Soon to be revealed.
So something that our watchers might not know is that you need a permit to trek the Inca Trail.
You do.
Can you explain this to us? Like, why do you need to get one? Where do you get them? When do you get them?
We do all that for you. So when you book your holiday, we will need to get your passport details off you straight away. That's so that we can submit them at the earliest possibility, so the permits can be bought. It is difficult. Each year they come out at certain times. It's usually around October they start releasing them for the following year. And on the Inca Trail itself, so there's 2 different things. There's the Inca Trail and then there's Machu Picchu permits as well. So there's slightly 2 different things. So trekking the Inca Trail, there's only 500 permits per day issued. So obviously that's quite a lot of people staggered, but 500 a day. So depending on what your start date is of your trip, obviously we have to check that allocation and get the permits bought very early. Usually that's absolutely fine, but what we do say is book early, and then we can guarantee those permits for you. On the trips that perhaps don't trek the Inca Trail itself, but do visit Machu Picchu, which is, I'm trying to think, Salkantay, Choqquequirao and Salkantay, the luxury lodge one. They all do slightly different routes, but they visit Machu Picchu at the end. So on those, again, you need that permit for Machu Picchu, which has to be applied for in advance. Not so difficult to get those. There's a lot more issued, but the earlier you book, the better experience you're going to have, or slightly different experience, because there's 3 different routes. So to kind of manage all the people around Machu Picchu now, because obviously it is iconic, everyone wants to go there that goes to Peru. They've managed it by creating 3 different walking routes with different permits. So it can manage the people and the flow a lot better. So there's not massive crowds in different places at any one point. So just when you apply for your permit or book on your trip, there might be a slight difference, but we will always try and work down the system, and the ones that are available are what you'll get. So.
Yeah. So the earlier you're more likely to get the date.
So that's the advice, really. The earlier you book, the better.
Obviously, a lot of people, when they think of Peru, will think of Machu Picchu. If that's all they know, what else should they discover about the country?
Oh, lots. But there's the Amazon. We do offer extensions, actually. So you can go to the rainforest on an extension with us. You can go to Lake Titicaca. So there are options just for that. But again, then we've got our riverboat trip, which is an 8-day trip up in the northern Amazon region, which is a riverboat cruise. You'll see the pink dolphins, sloths, turtles, obviously lots of bird life. So that's a completely different experience again. And lots of, amazing different areas. And you can add on, obviously, anything for yourself and travel around different things that perhaps we don't offer. So there's the Nazca Lines, there's Arequipa in the south. But lots of things I'm working on as well. So hopefully wanting to add some of these things as options for people to add to their trip or in fact, develop a new product.
Wonderful.
In the future.
That sounds really exciting.
Watch this space.
So why do you think Peru is such a special destination for adventure travellers?
It's just got everything, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, it's got the coastline, it's got the Amazon, it's got desert, it's got wildlife, it's got incredible mountain scenery, incredible food, amazing history, heritage. The people are amazing and friendly.
What more could you want?
What more do you want?
Yeah. And then finally, what would you say to someone considering their first big adventure in Peru?
Just, if you're going, I would probably say just take as much time as you can. Don't rush it. Because, I know we all get limited holiday and it can be difficult, but there's so much to see and do there. If you can afford the time just to add a little bit more, without a doubt, especially, flying into Cusco if you're going there a little bit earlier and really get to know the place and spend a bit of time there.
Amazing.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, Lucy.
No problem.
It's been great.
Thank you.
And then if you have any other questions about Peru, just shoot them across to us and we'll get Lucy to answer for you. But thank you.
Do my best.